everyone, this is Locke and welcome back to another video on the Grey Build YouTube channel, and today we're going to be doing a video for Thanksgiving, but it's not really Thanksgiving related this time around. Instead, I have my new skyscraper finished for the Lego City. Now, I want to go over in this video the details of the skyscraper, where I got the parts for it from, and also to showcase the little kits where I got the parts from. So let's get right into it. First off, this is a 9-story skyscraper, including the balcony rooftop area, and it's made primarily with bricks from Make It Bricks, which is a different building block brand that you can normally find when you go shopping at local Dollar Trees, which is kind of interesting. I'll talk more about this later, but their part consistency is great, aside from the color, and their color inconsistencies makes this building look a little bit more weathered, which is actually intentional for this particular build. Now, let's go and take a look at the details. You can see on the side I added some extra texture to pop out using some plates and tiles. This just adds a little bit of texture to the side of the building, and I think it works pretty well. The balcony area is kind of a little bit inwards from the rest of the building overall, and it creates a nice place to pose figures like you saw my figure out front when I started the video. Additionally, there's a nice little area on top of that, which I'm assuming is where the air conditioning unit would be. Now, moving around to the side, you can see inside the building here, there is a little area that's been cut out of the back corner, and that's to represent an elevator. It doesn't actually work, but I like the fact that you can kind of think there being an elevator in there, and it also just adds a little bit more detail. I haven't added any extra interior detail yet. That will come in a future video, though. I'm currently designing some stuff to go in there. I'm thinking of this not being an office building per se, but more like a sort of like big shopping tower, so each floor will have different items to go and buy. Just a fun idea and another place for people to shop inside the city. Additionally, I left 2 of the glass panels out from the doors down on the first floor to act as doors. Now, the main reason why I used Make It Bricks for this, besides the color variation, was also because they're extremely inexpensive, which is important when you're building large buildings like this, because after doing the math, you could get 4 of these window frames and 2 of these window panels for the price of what LEGO would offer you for typically 2, which is not bad. Now, I want to go and talk about what these kits are based off of, and that's what I have over here on the beach. So I used 3 different types of kits from Make It Bricks for this, and I wanted to just do a quick review of these because these are all individually good in their own right, surprisingly. They each cost $1.75 currently, but when I started this project, they were still at about $1.25. So if you wanted to try this now, you'd probably be buying a few more of these than you would probably need, because I bought, I think, a total of 30 of these kits combined. And it's not necessarily a easy, approachable way to do it, considering there's limited stock for every Dollar Tree you go to. But let's talk about these kits. The first one is this crane kit. The only parts I used in this particular build were the base plate for this to create the detailing on the side. I also want to mention that you may have seen me use these little stem pieces that came in this kit over in the Botanical Gardens area before. They are definitely better than Lego's stem piece because there's more places to attach flower stems onto, and they look more full when they're just set out alone. Additionally, some other highlights to this would be that the yellow color isn't close to any of the LEGO's official yellow colors, so I have a plan for a build using that particular color yellow in the future. I'm pretty excited about it, though. Additionally, there's a transparent orange cone piece to, well, act as a cone, and I don't think I've seen that piece in that color with LEGO before, but it's pretty cool to have. And additionally, the boulder piece is actually in light gray, but not LEGO's light gray. Make It Brick seems to have their own variety of grays that they kind of use, and this is one of theirs, and it's a very cool piece to get. Nothing comes inside the boulder, though, but you could store some extra pieces, or some of the other pieces in this kit, like the plants or the cone in there, if you really wanted to add something there, though it would not make too much sense. Additionally, up at the top there is some levers and a place for a figure to sit, though none are included in this kit. Moving over to the next one, we have the little gas station build, and this one is what builds up the bulk of the frames for the entire building. The elevator shaft is used with the pieces that are holding this gas station up, which are not containing any glass panels. However, the top 2 that contain glass panels are pretty good. Now, looking closely at the top here, you can see what I mean by the color variation. And in most cases, one kit will come with all one color, But upon rebuilding this, I didn't find everything in the right same colors, so you'll notice that there's a slight difference in the grays here, and that's what I chose purposely for my building. If you're looking to go for like a weathered or run down look for something, having different shades or different mist colors of pieces is actually pretty useful. Additionally, it comes with a little pump and this little scooter, which is not based off of LEGO's official mold, and the bottom piece is actually an exclusively made piece for holding the scooter up if you decide to do so. Now, it doesn't really hold figures all that well, but no surprise, this set doesn't come with figures either, so it's not really something you should have to worry about. Again, for $1.75, you really get your money's worth with these kits. Now, finally, there's this kit, and you'll probably be noticing that I have some benches, a bench and a mailbox off to the side, and I'll get to that in a minute. But this is a little bench with street lamp and a little mailbox kit. And these kits really don't have names specifically going for them, but this one is one of the best value kits because even when you build it up, there are no exposed, empty, full studs showing, so you can't really tell from the offset that this isn't LEGO. However, I will mention that that green mailbox recolor is actually pretty cool, and I don't think I've seen LEGO do it in that color before. Additionally, the lamppost is a pretty cool design, and I plan on using a couple of these lampposts around here. And as for the skyscraper build, the only parts being used here are the tiles and the base plate. Everything else I've just been kind of collecting off to the side because I can use it for like mailboxes in the suburban area and just benches everywhere. I am a pretty big fan of this one, however, you'll notice there's some different colors here, and that's because for whatever rhyme or reason, Make It Bricks decided to change the colors of their bench and mailbox in this kit starting this year, so you now get a green bench and a red mailbox. Now, they usually send more waves of these out to stores during Christmas time, so it kind of makes sense they'd be Christmas colors, but I feel like still having a green bench could be a useful thing, yet it's kind of sad to see the green mailbox go. Overall, I have a bunch of each of these being used, and they're all really good kits if you are okay with picking up things that aren't LEGO brand, which I know some people prefer to stick with LEGO brand, and that's okay. But if you're looking for a fun build that costs you very little, these are cheaper than LEGO polybags, and I'd say that they do have good value. And in most cases, there are plenty of other kits that they sell from this brand as well that I've been buying up lately. So I might do some reviews on those in the future. But for now, let's get back to the skyscraper and finish up this video. So, the main reason for why I added the skyscraper into the city now was because it was finished and I've collected all the parts I needed for it. But the other reason was I wanted to showcase that this is a city and not some sort of, just town with a bunch of 3-story buildings and 4-story buildings. So this really sets it in stone that this is a city. Now, I have plenty of other videos coming out, including one tomorrow, so that's why this is the Thanksgiving video, and I hope you all stick around for those videos, and I hope you all enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving day.